This is going to be somewhat a follow-up video to the one that I posted yesterday. I'm not sure when I will be posting this, but this is a follow-up video to the meta build one I did. In that video, I said that is going to be one of the highest damage build, if not the highest, because there is one more variant of the build that you can use to increase your damage even more, but I did not share that because that variant of the build have few skills which has 20-second cooldown, and on the top of that we don't have any crowd controls, so I end up going with that variant of the build which most people can use inside of the dungeon and raids as well, and still end up doing really high damage. But anyhow, since then, I end up changing few of my gear pieces. I got this new secondary gear pieces. It's a triple, but I end up losing somewhat 200 plus strength here that reduced my damage, and then I end up getting this new boost as well. It gave me a bit more combat rating and more beneficial duration that I needed, but then again, I end up losing strength that reduced my damage. And this is the same build that I shared early yesterday. I'll show you guys a quick look of what we are equipped with. There we go. This is the same build and setup I use for the build video. And so if I go and check the damage here, this is going to be somewhat lower than 1.2 million now because I end up losing some strength from the secondary gear pieces in favor of more slots from the amulet and more beneficial duration, which is good for me at least in PvP scenarios. But let's keep hitting this dummy for a couple of more seconds, and then I will pause it. There we go. It is somewhat close to 1.2 million. Before I was going over 1.2 billion, but then like I said, I end up losing strength from the amulet because I wanted 3 sockets to increase my secondary gear stats, and then I end up losing somewhat more strength from the boost because I wanted more beneficial duration. Anyhow, the next variant is going to be 100% attack speed bonus. Yes, that is correct. 100% attack speed variant of Blood Knight. For that, what we have to do is, first off, we are not going to use skewer at all. We will be changing this to Mephistic Cloud. There we go. And we are making somewhat few changes here. Let's go to the essence transfer, and we are going to change the pants here to Mephistic Cloud. Now also increase the primary attack speed by 30%, and this is going to cap us on the attack speed. We will be hitting that 100% attack speed cap with this, and then we don't need this skewer one. Skewer now cause you to leap. We don't need this, and so we are going back with the siphon that hemorrhage the enemy, and this is going to be the variant that will deal the most damage, but like I said, have some more cooldown and no crowd control. So let's check it out versus this dummy. We will be starting with just activating the Shroud of Night, and then I will slowly activate other skills, and now we will activate that Shroud, not the Shroud but the Mephistic Cloud, so we can keep rolling that buff each time and get that damage. Almost there. And we can see somewhat it is now at 1.3 million damage per second, but with this build, this variant, you won't get this much damage if you spam everything at the same time. I was actually trying to manage my skill, and so I don't want to lie to my audience that you will get this much damage. You actually have to manage your skill. Like I started with the Shroud of Night, then I went with the Sonar Bash, Siphon, and then I activated the Mephistic Cloud. That is how I managed to keep my Riches buff up at most times, since we have two skills that has higher cooldown. So I was like trying to micromanage my skill, but this is the variant that gives me the most damage, but it is also harder to pull off. Like I said, you need to micromanage, and that is why I end up sharing a build that would work for most players without wanting to micromanage their skills, and just use them and enjoy the gameplay either in dungeon and the raids as well. And there is a difference, yes, but like I said in that video, they are still going to be one of the highest damage builds out there for the Blood Knight. Anyhow, I'm signing off. You guys have a great day, take care, and I'll see you in the next one later.